monitoring the weather. There's in any large city, in any state, there's an Office of Emergency Management that is monitoring the weather, that is watching and listening and getting briefings. Who was getting those briefings in this city, in this county? Who was receiving that information, and who would have ultimately made the decision to evacuate, hearing what was coming in from the Weather Service and other?
Okay, well, we would have done when we get notified. Okay, I'm gonna tell you.
You're not emergency management, though, right? The sheriff's not EOC.
No, there is no. I meant as the city. Yeah, after that.
So we understand you have many questions.
Right.
Hang on.
No, I understand, but you're not gonna answer the question because that's up to the city manager and the mayor to answer.
Correct. We understand you have many questions.
The judge is not here.
We understand that, but right now, this team up here is focused on bringing people home. That's our focus. All those questions will be answered, but the priority right now is bringing people home.
We totally understand that, and we value the incredible work that is being done by those first responders. We're seeing them out there muddy and sweaty and grinding it out day after day. But your community is asking these questions.
And we will get answers. Right now, all of our resources are focused to recovery.
Who was in charge of the Emergency Operations Center at the time that was getting any briefing?
Do we have another question?
I think I'd like to focus on what local people can be looking for. We're looking at some erosion of roads and safety and then travel. What can we tell people who live here right now and what they can do in their daily life? Should they worry about traveling on roads? Do we know anything about that in construction?
Sure, absolutely. Jonathan Lamb, Kerrville Police Department. So we know that there's substantial road damage. Some roads have been closed for safety. We've got crews out there in the county shoring them up and making sure that people can travel to and from. What we're asking for the public to do to assist us is if they believe that they have seen someone, a victim, notify emergency services. Call 911, let us know, or use our non-emergency numbers, area code 830-257-8181. Contact our dispatch team and we will send officers out there. We also ask folks to limit their travel. Our first responders have had a very difficult time getting to where they need to go because of the amount of people who are flooding our roadways. We understand there's natural curiosity. People want to come here and see the flood damage. Now is not the time for sightseeing. This operation is ongoing and continuous, and it will continue. I've got time for one more question. Last question. As far as I know, the last live rescue, unless there's new information, and I don't believe there is, was made on Friday. All right, I'm afraid that's going to have to do it for this morning.
Can someone answer if the bodies have been released to the families, Sheriff?
Excuse me.
Have the bodies been released to the families?
Some. I mean, they're an autopsy.
They're still missing. We have an estimate among the general population, not just the girls from Mystic, even just credible reports. Is it hundreds still? Is there any estimate among the general population of how many people?
No, I've told y'all several times, it's hard to know that number. No, we don't. I know the numbers that we have found, and that's all I know.
You still don't want to tell us who it is.
All right, so we're going to continue our operations. The next time that we're going to be in front of y'all will be at 5 p.m. right back here.
Can you double tap your screen, please? Double tap the screen or hit the like button. If I don't get the likes up within the next 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down.
Recruiting bump. It's not just the Army and the Marine Corps anymore. It's the Navy, the Air Force, and the Space Force, all historically ahead of where they've ever been. So historic spirit inside the military. We had a chance to be at NATO, Marco and I, and see how the world responds to us saying it's time for you to shoulder the burden and take the lead for your continent. It only happens with President Trump leading, and we're proud to be a part of what's going on at the border, sir, with now a 4th national defense area where we're helping get to that number 0 and secure the border. But that mission, Operation Midnight Hammer, re-established deterrence. It reversed what happened in Afghanistan. We saw the debacle of what Biden allowed to happen in Afghanistan, and what that did to our image. President Trump said, with Operation Midnight Hammer, we're reestablishing American leadership and deterrence, and we're proud to be a part of it.
And our so-called enemies were watching.